Academic culture isn't healthy, and I think it's really important that we start to be more honest about that. We need a lot more solidarity. We need to stand together. We need to have each other's backs. So I'm Allison Miller. I am the founder of the Dissertation Coach and a newer business, the Academic Writer Space, which you might have heard me talk about here before. It is a co-working community where we show up and co-work together. And I would say we show up in solidarity with one another. We show up and see each other, feel each other, support each other, let each other know that we make sense, that your struggles and the difficulties that you're experiencing, you're normal. That's what happens when you're engaging in an academic journey. You go through ups and downs. There's all kinds of difficulties. And I really feel that academia as a culture really needs a lot more solidarity. And that's why that is our theme for this upcoming week in our co-working sessions is solidarity, standing in solidarity with one another, supporting ourselves through the ups and downs. So solidarity, by the way, starts with you having solidarity with yourself, you showing up for yourself. So think about solidarity is that we are going beyond binary thinking of good, bad, right, wrong, for or against, either or. We're moving into more nuanced spectrum thinking where we can see multiple options, alternatives. We can see other possibilities. We can see what's in the gray zone. So we're not beating ourselves up for making a mistake. We're realizing that we're a human being on a difficult journey. So this week in our sessions, let's focus together as a community. And for those of you who are not in our community, these are things you can practice on your own. First of all, how can you have greater solidarity with yourself? Stepping out of that binary thinking of you were good or bad today, you were effective or you were ineffective, into more of a spectrum way of thinking and seeing yourself in the context in which you are operating. So it's really important that we begin by dropping in and being kind to what we find. Notice, how are you thinking right now? How are you feeling emotionally? What are the sensations in your body? If something is there that's difficult for you, that could interfere with your ability to work or to navigate through your academic journey, that's okay. You would expect that to show up. What we want is to be kind and say, I will not abandon myself. When difficulties arise, I will stand in solidarity with myself and support myself and be here with myself. Now, that is a journey to be able to wake up and have that ability to support yourself in this way come online, but everyone can do it, and it takes patience and practice. First of all, noticing I'm having a difficult moment. Okay, I'm having a difficult moment. I'm not going to judge myself for it. What do I need? How can I stand in solidarity with myself and support myself? Also, we need to stand up to our inner critic. Our inner critic is really a binary thinking, good, bad, right, wrong. It loves to shame us. And we need to realize that our inner critic is an old voice that formed in us, in a sense, to protect us. And that it's not the truth. It's basically a strategy from childhood that really needs to expire. So when you notice your inner critic, it's a part of you. It isn't you. And you can stand in solidarity with yourself despite what your inner critic is saying. We also need to have humility. If we're going to really stand in solidarity with one another in academia, we need to realize that we are human, that we're going to sometimes say things that hurt other people's feelings. We are going to make mistakes. We are going to do harm even though we didn't intend to. We have to have humility and be willing to hear and actually have people share our impact. You know, we kind of as human beings are like boats moving through the water. We leave a wake behind us. We need to be open to the feedback about our wake. This is actually one of the things that I think is so harmful in academia, where students are being mistreated by people and the people who are doing the harm are protected and the student goes unprotected. So it's so important that, especially if you are in a position of power, that you have humility and you begin to realize that even though it may be unintentional, that you actually have been doing harm. We also need to let people know that we have each other's backs, that we see them, that we feel them, that they make sense, that we're here for you, that we support you. And if you are in any kind of position of power and you see other people being mistreated, you see people abusing their power, say something. And we need to bond together for the collective good. We need to see, what do we have in common? What are the things that we want to do on behalf of the collective so that we can make academia a better culture for all of us to participate in? It is high time that academic culture was upgraded. And that begins with each of us elevating and upgrading the culture inside of you. How do you talk to yourself? How do you treat yourself? How do you support yourself? The more that you pay attention to that, the better you will be able to participate in an upgraded academic culture. That's something I wish for all of us. So if you have not experienced co-working yet in the academic writer space, I really encourage you to come and try a free week. We offer 22 two-hour co-working sessions and 2 planning sessions. That's 48 hours of live programming every single week. And we stand in solidarity, supporting one another, feeling each other, letting each other know that we are normal, that our ups and downs are part of the experience of doing a dissertation, of publishing, of being in academia, and that we really have each other's backs. Step by step, sentence by sentence, we're supporting each other to progress. Okay, I'm looking forward. As always, it is my honor and a delight to co-work with all of you. See you on Zoom. I hope you have a great week.